Here, welcome back to COM121, Introduction to Mass Media. Today I'm going to be giving you a walkthrough here in this video on your first project. It's a collage project for Adobe Express. You'll be taking 5 images that you could use or have used as profile pictures in the past. You don't have to adhere to that too strictly, but I do want your project to communicate to me, your professor, and your peers who you are as a person, so we can kind of get a better sense of who we will be working with all semester. Okay, so I have a few suggestions for you to kick off. I would suggest one, making your Adobe account first. You can make a free Adobe account right here on adobeexpress.com. And then once you're signed in, it'll give you access to creating projects. Secondarily, if you already have an Adobe account, or if you followed the instructions on Canvas to set up your free student Adobe account. However, you know what? It might not be free. Don't come at me on that one. But anyway, you'll be able to have access to Adobe Express and just sign in that way. So, all right, here we are on Adobe Express. One suggestion I have for you is pick more than 5 images, and you'll find with each template that you'll want to plug and play with what you've got. Here are my images, and I like them quite a bit. These are from my wedding day, obviously. That is my beautiful wife, Kateri. All right, not that you needed to know that, but let's get into this project. Let me close that because we don't need the trash bin open. Okay, so first thing you're going to do once you're signed in and you're ready to create a project is you'll pick a project template. And I'm not super particular or picky about which one you pick. I just, again, want to see your personality shine through, so whichever template works best for you. Do try to use 5 images though, because a collage is made up of multiple images. So if you just do one image of you looking over a mountain range and say you're getting ready to jump, maybe that's not communicating necessarily who you are, or maybe it is, and that's a bad thing. Get help. All right, moving on. So I already have a template that I've picked. It's actually an Instagram story / social ad. So we're going to be working with this today. And let me talk you through some of the features in this program. So if we go to Discover as it loads, it's again going back to templates and shapes, and it's a quick overview of the tools that you have at your disposal here. So we can click through these. Here's templates. You can pick a template, text. You can add different fonts and styles and presets for your project. You have photos. You have millions. I said millions, but it's probably hundreds of thousands of free images and premium images. Whenever you see a small crown like this, that's premium. That's an image that you would have to pay the premium subscription to Adobe Express for. But that is not a requirement of this class. I don't expect you to do that. We also have shapes. I already looked up book and pen, so here's some of those. Those are all free. Design assets. You can incorporate so many things. This is such a broad program. Backgrounds, logos, and then your library. You can create your own stuff and make libraries out of your designs. All right, so clicking and playing. Let's talk about the click and play features of this. So when I click on this image, it's actually part of the background. So it pulls up the edit background dialog box here on the right. And I have a few options for what I can do. I can fill it with a solid color, replace it, delete it. I can zoom in on the image or zoom out. I can rotate the image if I'm a freak. And I can undo those changes by hitting Command-Z or Control-Z on PC or Mac, depending on what platform you're on. And Command-Z / Control-Z, whichever operating system you're working with, is a universal function on many of the Adobe programs and many programs in general. So you'll want to keep that in mind. So let's say you drag and mess up your whole collage. Oh no, my beautiful lips are out of the image. You can just hit Command-Z and fix that, right? So here we are in the edit background. If this was not part of the background, it would be an image, obviously. So a lot of the same features would be here: the zoom, the rotate, the flip, horizontal and vertical, and then filters. You can add filters to the images, but yeah, I'll leave that up to you to adjust the levels. You can also adjust, the enhancement, contrast, brightness, and so on, and then the blur. For some reason, you wanted to make yourself look creepy to your classmates, you could do that and really blur yourself out. But let's avoid that. How about that? All right. Next is, again, just clicking and playing. You can click here on the shape. It gives you the edit shape dialog box. I can change the color. I can replace the shape. I can change the opacity here with the slider. You can do the same thing on images, and I can flip and invert and so on. And then if I click here on the text, same process. We get the edit text dialog box on the right. It allows us to change the font size, the justification, the opacity. You can add shadows, outlines, shapes, and it even gives you some recommended fonts and styles. So that is an awesome feature. If we look here, we click on something, we'll get our layers. Our layers will show up. You can add new layers, and you can delete layers, so that'll just remove assets from your collage. So if, let's say, you wanted for some reason the leaf to, I don't know why you'd want it not to be visible, but you could drag it to a lower layer and hide it behind the images and the background. So those are some of the features. You got the layer ordering, you get quick access kind of tools here, replace shape and add new layers and so on. Delete layers, like I said, or you can use the delete key on your keyboard, and that'll also delete things. All right, so let's start manipulating this canvas here and making it my own collage project. So let's start by replacing images. So I'll click on the image, and then I'll hit replace, and then over here I'll click upload photo. And then you'll want to navigate on your operating system level to where your images will be, and here are mine. So let's do this one. Replace, upload. This is a good one. I like this one. This one's close to my favorite from that day. That was a wonderful day, beautiful weather. Get married, kids. I highly recommend it. Not kids. Kids shouldn't get married, but I recommend getting married. All right, let's do this one. And one of the things you should be aware of is that when your images are set to part of the background, depending on the template you pick, you can move them around by just clicking within them and dragging up and down, or in this case, left and right. If it's an image, one of the ways you'll do that is you'll simply click on it, and then instead of edit background, it'll change to edit image, and you'll go to the crop tool, and then it'll do similar to, if not the same functions. But again, picking images that fit within a template can be super helpful. All right, and then let's get rid of this peacock, because I'd like to take my 5th image and run it across the bottom. So I'll just click on the peacock image here, hit delete, and I'll hit delete cell so that this image takes up the bottom. Then I'll go replace, upload photo, and I'll pick probably one of the best photos from the entire day, this one here of us sitting on a bench. And I'll just slide it up a tad. And there we go. All right. So I'm not a leaf. I'm not a leaf person. Although I did grow up in the middle of the woods, I'm going to replace this leaf with something a little bit more in tune to who I am. I am a screenwriter. I'm also just a writer in general. So let's do a book and pen in shapes and see what kind of options come up. I guess it's lagging out. Let's see here. Replace. That's weird. Oh, there we go. All right. For your reference, you have to hit view all when looking for one. And I did look at these earlier, and I think I'm going to go with, let's go with something a little more square, actually. I like this one. That's pretty nice. Then when you click it, it will just replace it. This is a little big, so I'm just going to grab the corner here and decrease its size. And then, didn't mean to drag click. And then I can center this by using the pink lines those will lock too, where's the true center of the image. But I'm going to scoot this to the right because I think it's lying to me. All right, and then my name is not green hue, so I'll go ahead and click on the text. Again, it'll open the edit text window over here, and I'll highlight this and we'll change it to Professor Harris, right? Cool. And then I'm not a huge fan of the font, so I'll go ahead and click the font slider, and I'm going to go with this one here. I do like that a lot more. And we'll increase the size of that. Let's go 45. Nice. And that's also centered. Cool. And again, you have recommendations here at the bottom and so on. So I'll go ahead and close that. And then there we have it. That is what I think is the makings of a good project. I'd like to see you guys click and play. I challenge you to outdo my artistic skill here. My wife is the visual designer at the university, so her eyes might be bleeding if she looked at this. Design isn't my number one field of expertise, but I try my best. So feel free to make your own, and let's talk about how to export it. Oh, actually, one more thing. Let's say I finished this and I hated it. Oh, let's say my wife hated it. You can click design here, and it gives you variations that you can choose of different templates of what you've already created. So let's click a few of these. I don't like that. Let's try one of these. That's even worse. Anyway, you get the point. So let's say you didn't like what you created. You could quickly scroll through here and be like, let's try one of these, and hopefully it works out. Maybe it won't, maybe it will. I leave that up to you. But now that I have thoroughly gone away from my project, I can click back here in empty space and hit Command Z, and then keep clicking that until we see my project come back. Now, if you don't want to use keyboard shortcuts, you can use these little arrows up here. So if you do something you don't like, you can undo it. All right, let's talk export real quick. To export your image so that you can upload it to the discussion, you can click share or you can click download. I recommend clicking download, and you can go JPEG, JPEG over PNG for sure. And then you just click start download, and it'll download your computer, and then you'll be ready to upload it. All right, thank you guys so much. Thank you for watching this quick tutorial. We have more projects coming up in Adobe Express, and I encourage you to make multiple projects just for fun. Get used to the program, and have a great day. Bye-bye, guys.